Yeah, thank you, Ratna. Am I audible now?
Yes, much better.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you for having me here. On a lighter note, I bring little diversity to the panel, not being the XISS alumni.
I thought I was the one bringing diversity to the panel.
Yeah.
That's very
So, thank you for your question. I will come before I speak some caveat about the topic. See, this time things are different. When I talk about Industry 4.0, things are different. And why things are different is the rate of change, the rate of which is coming to us. It's like a tsunami coming to us. Those who will, swim with the tsunami will survive, and those who will, resist and see that they will not change with the time, they will not be able to survive. So we need to understand that. And this, it is like, boundaryless, geographyless. Every industry is now connected to the world. So things are different this time. So we need to be very, very, flexible and adaptable to survive in this Industry 4.0 and digital transformation, whatever we say. And second caveat is that every industry is now a digital industry and IT industry. Those are there's one panel who is in port industry, someone is in steel making, I'm in mining, but somehow everyone, earlier we used to have a captive IT department. IT department has to use some application, internet connectivity, all those things, but they are now more, they need to be more digital and they need to be IT company with themselves. So the divide between a manufacturing company, a FMCG company, now every company has to be, IT company. This is two things I wanted to be made clear. Let me now come back to my industry. You asked specifically about what's the role and what competencies and what skills are required for mining. So let me build a couple of minutes on the contribution mining industry make to the nation. Mining industry has around close to 3%, less than 3% GDP contribution to India's GDP. If you talk about coal per se is around less than 1% contribution to GDP. And mining industry employ as of now around 1.1 million people, which is going to be at least 1.5 billion requirement by 2025. So a lot of scope in mining industry. Mining industry, particularly coal, has ambidextrous industry. When I say ambidextrous industry, meaning that in one hand, you have to develop your core coal production. We have a target of reaching 1 billion tons of coal. Coal India being the largest producer of coal in the world, largest coal producing company in the world, and we are hovering around 600 million tons. And last 10 years, we have a CAGR growth of, in terms of production, is around 4.5% to 5%. And if we have to achieve 1 billion, 1,000 million tons by 23-24, we need to grow by 11%. It's a challenging, serious challenge for us to grow, at least double our CAGR growth in next 2-3 years. And who will do it? The talent who will come into the system, who will do it? So, and second hand, the Coal India, I'm talking about my company, is diversifying into newer area of industries, aluminium, renewables, clean coal technologies, where also we require many skills to develop for diversification. So here, the key diversification for the core business will be project management, because new mines will be required to be open. So you need a person with the project management skills, a person who will understand the environmental issues in opening the new mines, who will understand land acquisition rules, land acquisition issues, because land, for opening a mines, you require a large trench of land. So land acquisition issues. These are very, very traditional, current. I'm not going into the futuristic. I will come back to the futuristic skill, which is your problem solving and creativity and all those, skills. But now let's get into the hard skills which is required for taking your industry from where they want to go in next 3 to 4 years. Because now things are coming very fast, but at least you need to grow your industry where you are. In terms of diversification, we need a person who has the skills of merger and acquisition, who understand investor, who can bring in investor, who has a financial modeling, who can do financial modeling, who can do and go to the entire world to bring investment into your company. So these kind of skills, Coal India per se is required. But let's talk about futuristic. Apart from STEM skills, which is basic science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, which is called STEM skills, the more emphasis is on problem solving. In problem solving, it's what to solve and how to solve. That is very, very key. Because now all repetitive jobs, low-level jobs, a company like Amazon, company like Ford Motors are already deploying robots to do their low-level repetitive jobs. So to survive in this digital tsunami, I call this digital tsunami, we need to understand what is required from us. I am very, very fond of Charles Darwin, when he propagated in 1859 theory of natural selection, where adaptable is the word. Those species who will be adaptable will survive. So my message to all the students or mid-career people who wants to make their career, be adaptable, be flexible, because now the career model has changed. Earlier we used to study 4 years, either we used to do engineering, we used to do MBA, then we used to have 35, 40 years of career based on what we have studied, till 22 years of your age, 23 years of your age, and then you build 35 years career and continuously learning on the job. But education-wise, your education is, but now you need to do a pit stop. I say when you're racing, it's a pit stop and learn more skill. What is there in the future? Understand the big picture. Expect the unexpected. What things coming. You need to understand the big picture in terms of digital transformation and reskill yourself. And then probably you can survive in this digital tsunami. Thank you.
So Vinay, would you like to share with us, please, what are the roles that you think will stay and what is likely to get automated? You might want to delve on your industry or in general, but over to you. We need to be cognizant of time as we go along. So Vinay, over to you.
Yeah, I will be brief in my reply. We have one more segment to cover. See, if we talk about future of mining and what skill the mining will see in next 5 years to 6 years, future of mining stands on 3 parameters. One is we use lot of heavy, engineering machines to excavate and do all sorts of mining activities. So electrification is one of the main agenda of future of mining. And that has emanates from COP21 in Paris, where all the nations were given a target of reducing the carbon emission. So now we are using diesel, which is, gives some carbon emission. So electrification is one of the key future of mining agenda. So in this field, like electrical engineers, those who have a knack of designing machines using electricity as a main source of fuel, a change of engines, which is typically now fueled by your diesel, petrol, and other igniting substance. So this is one of the main role will come in next 5 to 10 years. And a lot of OEMs like Caterpillar, if you talk about India, BEML is one of the OEMs who manufacture such kinds of machines. We are talking about excavators, dumpers, which is used in our mining. Second is automation, and automation in terms of robotics, a lot of companies, in fact, Sangxi Mining, which is one of the largest mining company in China, Eastern China, they have already given order to China Space Research Company for manufacturing robots who will do the mining, underground mining, deep underground mining. So that will the future in terms of safety, because human being working in underground mining, always there is a safety concern. A lot of accidents happen, so that will, future proof that accidents will reduce, and they can go to the places where humans can't go in terms of, there is no trench, there is no gallery. Gallery is a very technical term in underground mining. There is no gallery built, so human can't go. So robots can go, and then production can be enhanced. And third thing is digitization. Digitization is, the connecting a lot of machineries, talking to each other. Digitization for enhancing the productivity, enhancing the efficiency of the mines. So these three things are coming in next 5 to 6 years time in mining. And those who are interested in these three things, I think they have a future role in mining industry. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinay. Very succinctly put. And Vinay, I was going to mention exactly some of these attributes that Kaustav spelled out. So these non-cognitive attributes that he mentioned, as well as emotional intelligence, creativity, ethics, etc., all of these, they can't be automated, right? These are basic skills. So can you please tell us a little bit about this?
Kaustav ji has put all digital requirement in future. See, for my view, I will give you one formula in terms of what customer expectation the business model need is. The formula is RIPE, right? Is customers are looking for real-time, instant and personalized experience. For that, the most important thing for me is simplify complexities. You have to simplify. In a business, over the time, a lot of complex system we build, and the real skills for the future. You say emotional intelligence, everything is decision making. Machine can't decision making, but in future, when autonomous artificial intelligence will take place, I'll give you one more prediction. I'll take just 30 more seconds. Predictions by 2035, machine will have an intelligence equal to human mind. And by 2045, machine will have an intelligence to all, humankind. You said 8.5 billion people. So machine will have an intelligence equal to 8.5 billion people. So you can understand where machine is going, and machine will also acquire the cognitive capability of human being, the cortex, the frontal cortex where we do logical and analytical ability. The machine will have that cortex ability. So that point of time, we need to think where we are heading, and it's not very far, it's just 15-20 years away from us. So some of the scientists are saying you can't automate decision making, you can't decision problem solving. But my view is that we need to simplify complexities. That will be the key, competency skills in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinay.